Welcome back to Movies in a Nutshell. Today we're talking about a Chilean romantic comedy movie called Ugly Me, released in 2006. Amanda, a woman who works as an architect, lives in Santiago, Chile. She is employed by an architectural firm and excels at what she does. One afternoon, Amanda calls her boyfriend Pablo and wants him to accompany her to her friend Fernanda's birthday party. Amanda is unaware that her boyfriend is in the middle of sex with her best friend in Fernanda's bedroom. While Amanda and Pablo are on the phone, Fernanda distracts Pablo, causing him to quickly hang up. They accidentally call Amanda again a few seconds later, and she hears them moaning and meowing. Amanda doesn't waste time storming Fernanda's house with a shotgun. Pablo claims he was kidnapped after they were apprehended, but Amanda isn't so gullible as to believe him. She shoots him in the crotch, ensuring he will never cheat on anyone else. Days later, Amanda is speaking with a psychiatrist about anger management. She expresses no remorse for her actions. In fact, Amanda is confident that if she were in a similar situation, she would do it again. Any person with her level of anger issues, according to the psychiatrist, must be confined. Amanda's actions do a complete 180, suddenly saying she feels bad about what she did. She is released after convincing the doctor that nothing similar will happen again. The case has reached the police station and Amanda's workplace. She tells her boss that she was betrayed by two of her closest friends. He considers her position in the company and ultimately decides to fire her. After, Amanda has decided that she no longer wishes to reside in Santiago. She packs her belongings and relocates to Valparaiso. Amanda can stay in her brother's empty house for the next 6 months. She also believes she can find a good job in the city. Amanda's only concern is that she will be pursued by men. She goes to church to distress, and after telling the priest about her problems, she becomes friends with him. He also lives alone because he has no immediate family. He invites her to visit him whenever she needs someone to talk to. Amanda looks through a lot of job openings in the newspaper at home. They all have requirements that are less stringent than her qualifications and experience. She chooses one at random, which happens to be an architectural firm similar to the one where she used to work. She then purchases a fat bodysuit, unsightly dentures, and prosthetic makeup to make herself appear unattractive. She is unrecognizable after putting everything on, even to people she knew before. She goes to the firm for an interview in the next scene. Max, the boss, interrogates her extensively and discovers that she has a husband and 2 sons. Amanda believes her story about husband will make her lie more appealing to men and thus reduce their interest in her. Max doesn't require any proof of identity and hires her based on her previous experience. Amanda feels valid for the first time in her life because she knows she didn't get the job because of her beauty. Max then introduces her to the team's members and responsibilities, including a man named Juan, who is married with kids, a beautiful young office girl named Karen, and Marcelo, an architect. Marcelo's daily routine consists of working and bringing home a new woman each evening. When he first meets Amanda, he is immediately repulsed by her because of her appearance. Amanda bemoans his shallow nature, and the two make an effort to avoid each other. During her first work meeting, Amanda is told about an old Telmex building that their company recently remodeled. Although the project was completed, there was some disruption in the building's internet service. Amanda immediately recognizes that it's due to a VP1 service issue. Because Amanda is new to the job, Karen believes that her involvement with the project will only add to the problems. Max disagrees with Karen's desire to be the one to solve the problem. Karen is fired, which makes her hate Amanda right away. Amanda has asked Marcelo and Juan to accompany her to the problem site and assist her. The men don't want to be her assistants, but they do it anyway. As a result, Amanda works diligently to identify the issue while Marcelo is preoccupied bragging to Juan about his sexual exploits. Amanda explains that the train station must be the source of the interference. They move to the area where Marcelo and Juan are still having their conversation while Amanda is working. She eventually realizes that the waves are hampered by the water channels under the structure. Amanda and Marcelo leave to check the water channel, while Juan remains to keep an eye on the train's departure time. Amanda is left to enter the channels on her own while Marcelo stays outside to check the frequency. She removes her fat suit because she can't squeeze between one of the gates. Amanda's device stops functioning as the group uses walkie-talkies to communicate. Marcelo arrives to check on her before she has a chance to dress. As she quickly flashed her torchlight in his direction, Amanda explained that she had to remove her clothing to avoid getting it dirty. Luckily for her, Marcelo makes a U-turn and walks away. The three head to a pub for a few drinks after a productive day at work. They travel in Amanda's car, which she has outfitted with kid-related items to give it a more realistic appearance. At a pub, Marcelo makes sexual jokes once more, making both Juan and Amanda uncomfortable. Juan leads Amanda and Marcelo behind as he heads off to study. Amanda criticizes him for being a shallow man when they are alone. In agreement, Marcelo says that having children and getting married will end one's life. Amanda feels bad for him because he will never know true friendship or love that endures longer than a single night. Marcelo is still openly a womanizer and continues describing his ideal girl's body. Being reminded of her ex-boyfriend, Amanda is incensed by this. Even when Amanda is at home, she is unable to stop thinking about the things Marcelo said. She discovers that she resembles the dream girl he spoke of when she takes off the fat suit and wig. Amanda returns to the club dressed as her real self with the intention of teaching Marcelo a lesson. Marcelo is drawn to her right away when he sees her. He tries to take her someplace private all through the night. Amanda pretends like she is interested in him before rejecting him. She finally makes a promise to see him the following day and departs. The following day, Amanda visits the priest and shares her entire course of action with him. He warns Amanda that she will regret what she did last night because she will eventually have to be honest with him. Amanda, however, is adamant that she wants to discipline Marcelo. In the office, Marcelo boasts that he met a girl at the club and that she was completely smitten with him. He is exaggerating, but Amanda doesn't let on that she knows. Marcelo eagerly anticipates her arrival at the club in the evening, but an hour later, she texts him to tell him she won't be there. The next day, the same thing takes place. After waiting for hours, Marcelo receives a text requesting they meet at his house tomorrow. He boasts to Amanda about the new girl at work who is so smitten with him that she visits his house late at night. Despite fully aware that he is lying, Amanda smiles and pays attention to his stories. To give the impression that he made dinner for his date, Marcelo buys takeout and places it on plates. She soon shows up and initiates a flirtation with him. Things start to get steamy after a while of eating and conversing. When she stops and informs him that she will be late, Marcelo is mid-arm kiss. He is left perplexed after she departs because no woman has ever treated him this way. At work, Amanda is the recipient of his rage. He is now beginning to view her as a true friend, something he has never been able to do with a woman in his entire life. On the other hand, Karen is experiencing feelings of jealousy because she has a crush on Marcelo. She listens to Marcelo and Amanda's conversations to understand what they are discussing. Later on that day, Karen queries Amanda regarding her kids. This helps Amanda realize that they will probably start to suspect her if she doesn't show her kids to the people. As a result, Amanda asks the priest to set up a playdate for her and two young boys. She displays her parental status by bringing the children to work the following day. She is surprised to see Marcelo playing with the youngest child. He has frequently claimed that he detests kids, but this was a lie. For a second date, Amanda visits his home at night. Marcelo behaves differently than usual because he makes more effort to get to know her than to flirt with her. They eventually make their way to his bed and begin kissing. Things quickly become heated but cool off when Marcelo fails to become erect. Marcelo will soon tell Amanda everything that occurred. She advises him to spend more time making an impression on the new girl by cooking for her rather than ordering takeout. They have dinner together at his house. Marcelo has never had a female friend visit his home, and he appears to enjoy it. They go to the terrace after eating and chat for a while. Amanda admits that Marcelo fears commitment and assures him that he will find love eventually. Then, all of a sudden, he kisses her. Then he offers an apology. Later, Marcelo and Max talk about his romantic relationships. He is instructed to close his eyes and visualize a woman by Max. Although Marcelo won't identify the person he saw, he is certain that the woman is his true love. Amanda visits his home later that day for their third date. She is shocked when Marcelo confesses his feelings for her. After everything they talked about, Amanda is sad that he is still the same person even though she knows he is lying. Amanda restrains his hands to the bed frame and forces him to dress like a woman. However, her intent isn't innocent, and Amanda pulls a knife out and slashes his stomach. A short while later, the police show up and release Marcelo. They understand that the woman is trying to scare Marcelo and that the blood is fake. When the story airs on television, Marcelo feels ashamed. Although Amanda has successfully taught him a lesson as she had hoped, she has a bad feeling. The priest announces that she is in love with him when she tells him about this. The following time Marcelo visits the office, he informs her that he has changed. After what happened to him yesterday, he has concluded that she was correct and that he needs to start looking for true love rather than just hookups. He then goes out with Karen after saying that. He shows up drunk at Amanda's house at night. She speaks through the door while preventing him from seeing her. Marcelo reveals that he proposed to Karen, planning to be married this week. He does, however, also admit that he loves Amanda. Even though she is not his type of woman, Marcelo found himself drawn to her. He intends to wed Karen because he knows she will never be his. They both sobbed before they parted ways without saying anything more. Finally, the big day for Marcelo and Karen arrives. When Amanda and Marcelo first meet, she tries to tell him the truth, but ultimately decides against it. Before the ceremony begins, they embrace one another deeply. Marcelo is asked by the priest if he accepts Karen as his legally married wife. The guests wait for Marcelo's response, but it never comes. Amanda sneezes abruptly, causing her false teeth to fall out her mouth. After finally realizing the truth, Marcelo removes her wig. A few years later, Amanda and Marcelo are married, and they have 3 kids with a 4th one on the way. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss videos from Movies in a Nutshell.